Hello, my name is Zachariah with Old Man Gaming. Welcome to another episode of Duel Bastards. It is getting interesting here as we approach the island of the damned as in our little game. This is quite a situation. Sebastian. Oh man, I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. I cannot play this game alone. I have two great players that play the Duel Blasters below. Below my head, you see Daniel playing Sebastian Lee Senior.
Hello.
And then at the bottom of our screen, last but certainly not least, my partner in all things TTRPG, Wizards of Spite Ash, playing Indigo Sid.
On guard.
And we are away to the masses. Guys, we're going to get right into this. So we were in the process of a conversation with Sebastian. So we were just having Deirdre conversation with Sebastian. We'll pick up right where we left off last episode. Deirdre kind of looks at you and goes, "You must also not forget." What was that accent? Jeez.
You're on the wrong ship.
Oh man, I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it here, guys. We cannot forget Culpa's out there as well. Still have not figured out his identity. And I am very nervous that he is somehow a part of this fiasco that's about to go on.
So, when you ran with him or sailed with him, I suppose, you don't recall what he looked like? Is he even a he? Is it another woman? Or
I do not know. Oh man, I lost my Irish for a second, man. I don't know why.
I'm becoming infectious.
Okay. She looks at you and goes, "I do not know. When it comes right down to it, no one ever met Culpa. We knew of his existence. We knew he was inside the Palpacy. That's how we survived as long as we did. But no one saw his face, his or hers. Octavius would tell us about him many times, use him in the plans, and he always seemed to come through. But no one ever knew who he was. There were suspicions here and there. Some people were suspicious that it was Octavius himself. That didn't make sense. How could he be in two places at once? And then
he could certainly have been, making up an extra partner and then taking two shares. I mean, that is a true pirate maneuver.
She shakes her finger back and forth. She goes, it might be possible. Octavius was kind of a whiz with logistics, but at the end of the day, the stuff that got done, I don't believe it. I believe Octavius would have had to be in two places at once to make it happen, and he just wasn't. So either he is a level of linguistics that rivals a god, or there was another person that just nobody knew about. Octavius's dirty little secret. As far as we know, he's still out there, possibly part of the Palpacy still.
That will be very important future information. Thank you for threading this piece of information early in this day.
She goes, "Of course, no problem. I figured we needed to talk about it again. There's something about this whole thing that I don't like."
Have you been to this island that we are headed toward?
She shakes her head. Nah, the plan was always to put it together so that this ship would be sailed out and then it would be captured by the people on it. So that's where my son came in. How much do you know about the Celtic Empire? Do you have knowledge?
I have civilization knowledge, but not of that civilization.
Just give me we're not gonna do a roll. You would you would have a base cursory understanding of what the Celtic Empire is. So the Celtic Empire is this world's version of Irish. That's where
Yeah.
Deirdre comes from and stuff. But the Celtic Empire is not necessarily like other things. Basically, what it is it was a tribe of Rosari that were kind of out on an edge. They were an outlying tribe. They ended up having a lot of problems with Rosari. They didn't really agree with the Rosari kind of like way of life of the raiding and stuff. They were warriors and stuff, but they were much more like maybe we shouldn't be stealing from these other cultures and stuff. So they defected. They got pushed out of the Rosari lands, and they ended up coming to the Centralis continent and the Palpacy, and they basically came to the Palpacy and said, "Listen, you give us a chunk of land towards the north, and we will help, like, fight off Rosari versus Rosari, basically." So so basically they carved out a chunk of land for the Rosari, for these new Rosari, the Celtech, to make their own empire within the empire. So they're kind of like, and it's way to the north, and they end up every year fighting Rosari more than anybody else.
Okay.
So that's what the Celtic Empire is.
Okay. So I would say, Madame, your people must have fought the Rosari the most. Do you know anything about their ways? I mean, I certainly know them academically. I know a little bit about their language, but I've never encountered a Rosari.
It's been a few generations since we've been really Rosari. We're our own thing now. But that being said, a lot of us still speak Arf. Still know how to communicate with the Rosari, and the Rosari will listen to us instead of shoot first, ask questions later, sort of thing. So when the time came for this giant bribe to go down, Culpa and Octavius worked it out so that the Celtech would have a group of Celtech go along on the ship as emissaries, so to speak, to do the talking with the Rosari, the bartering, the negotiating, that sort of thing. That being said, the Celtich that went along were all in Octavius and the Eight Arms' pocket, so it was their job to crash the ship. They didn't know they had already been double-crossed, though, and that Octavius was... It wasn't their job to crash the ship, I misspoke. It was their job to steal the ship. They didn't know that it was Octavius going to do a double cross and send them to an island, crash them on the island, and hide it there for so long.
Okay.
That's where my son came in. He was on the boat. He was there to he was there to steal it. It did not work out.
And he perished in that that double cross.
Most certainly. From what we understand, there was no survivors of the shipwreck.
Well, I would certainly be amenable to searching for any sign of him, any trace, if once we get there.
Something kind of happens to her face. She gets a little hurt, like almost like she's unable to allow the hope in that her son is there because she's been dealing with this for so long that like she's got to think that the kid's dead, because if he's out there somewhere and she didn't come get him and didn't rescue him and he didn't come home, the possibilities are worse. So she shakes her head. She's like, no. The only reason I'm going to that cursed, godforsaken landmass is to once and for all put a bullet in Salvador Sid's eyes and finish the Eight Arms.
Well, I mean, of course, if he is the reason that my brother turned against me and fought me, then of course, I don't see why not. Of course, we must go and take him down at the minimum.
You hear a call from the Crow's Nest. It is a land ho call.
Oh.
Okay. Well, can I? I guess can I take a peek and see what I see from my
Sure.
elevation?
Sure.
What would that be? I need to also be making note of.
Just
You had me do
awareness.
a couple of rolls a minute ago. I'll just mark this down. Awareness.
Yeah. That would be just a oneer because I'm making you do it.
Okay. I get to roll a lot on this one. Despite Sebastian not being aware of really what's going on around him, most of the time he is very good at awareness when he wants to. God damn it! I got 1 success out of 6.
It is a very frustrating skill-based system. Everybody complains at me. I'm like, it's not changing. 5s and 6s only. Oh, you don't see shit.
It's very, very foggy. I can't see.
It's very foggy.
Through this fog, maybe from the elevated station, the crow's nest guy, whatever his name is. Look out! He can possibly see more than me. But I guess I should make arrangements. Am I armed? Do I?
Roll just for timing's sake. You guys are in early evening now, like the sun is starting to set, sort of situation. You hear Rolo start to make the calls. All right, everybody, all hands on deck. Get on the cannons, just in case. Load the munitions, like getting ready for whatever they see there. Herrick points at you and motions you to come up on the deck. And we're going to switch back over to Indigo.
Real quick, I guess it'll be important when it's back to me. So, yeah, okay. I'll hold on to that.
Yeah, just hold on to it. Indigo.
Yes.
All right, so what do you do after the not fun conversation with Yaya?
I'm gonna give her food that I brought down to her, and later that evening I'm gonna bring her a flagon of wine or whatever liquor we have on the boat.
Okay.
But that'll be much later. Between now and then, I'm actually going to go and find Sanea.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Salvador's in his captain's quarters right now.
Okay.
As the sun is setting. And Sanea is up, not on the helm, but on the captain's deck.
Okay, so kind of like overlooking the ship.
Yeah. She does not acknowledge your presence when you walk
up. Okay. What's the proper way to address a first mate on a ship? Like, you wouldn't say captain, obviously, but would you be like officer or?
I'd say just sir. Sir works, or.
Okay, okay. I'll tip my hat and just say, good evening, ma'am. What's might I have a moment of your time?
She doesn't look at you, continues to look through the fog and goes, what is it you want?
I've been conversing with our guest below, and I've learned a few things that might be interesting to and important for our endeavors here.
When you say our guest below, her one eye raises and she turns towards you, and she goes, what exactly have you been telling her? And it is a very accusatory tone that she takes with you.
I have been educating her about the differences of the different types of dogs we have in my homeland. They're these cute little animals. I thought maybe she would really like to know more about Chihuahua. Have you ever heard of a Chihuahua? It's a long story, but she got a lot out of the tale.
Take 5 experience points because now Chihuahuas are canon.
Don't put a Chihuahua in. Don't put a Chihuahua in a cannon.
I don't know. Might work out. It depends on where you aim it. She looks at you and goes, she takes a deep breath, and she's like, Are you gonna make this worth my time?
I might. Um, Perhaps maybe discussing chihuahuas is not the right avenue with you, as it was with our highly muscular, very short guest.
She shakes her head at you and goes, if you want to make small talk, make it with your uncle or father or whatever, however you're related to the captain. Or talk to the many crew who have just decided you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. I don't need any more friends.
Everybody needs friends. And if we don't have friends, then we need somebody watching our back. Somebody stuck up on me the other night and put a knife to my throat. You weren't there to help me. Will you be there next time?
She turns and goes, maybe. It depends.
Maybe,
Is your uncle
maybe.
there to tell me to?
Say that one more time, Zach.
She goes, it depends. Is your uncle there to tell me to?
We both know how this works. Maybe
This
my
is-
uncle's there, maybe he's not. But I will tell you this. Maybe this starts me right now watching your back, and next time you watch my back. And a crazy little tattooed goblin woman doesn't come up behind me and try to threaten my throat.
It's at this point, her eyes switch to the helmsman, who has been pretending to not listen to you guys the entire time you've been up here arguing. And she goes, I'll take over. Take a break. And he's like, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I got it. I'll take over. He releases the helm, walks down the stairs. She grabs it with one hand, steps up. But she turns to look at you. Her focus is still on you. She's just holding the helm so that she doesn't have to say this around somebody else. And she goes, I'm not stupid. Do you know how hard it is to make it on a ship like this? Especially if you're a foreigner like me? Especially with a captain like your uncle? Do you know how hard I've had to do this? And sure, a lot of these crewmen don't necessarily like me. You want to know why? Because they wish they were me. And I know what's happening here. You've got some in with the captain, and he is locked and ready to put you where I am now. So if you think you're going to come here with this fake peace offering so you can stab me in the back and put me on an island, it's not going to happen.
What if... Do you know who my father was? Do you know who I am?
She looks at you. It's not really. No. I know that you're somehow related to the captain. I know the captain did a lot of time. And while he was, we had a lot of terrible captains.
And were you sailing the seas while he was doing time? You were watching the ship. You were taking care of this vessel.
You're damn right I was.
I was learning the sword. I am good at one thing, and one thing above all other things, and that is the sword. That is my skill. That is what I do. You can sail. You are the first mate for a reason. I am not looking to be the first mate. I am looking to be the best sword that has ever been drawn. And I will tell you this, I am not looking to be stabbed in the back. If somebody wants to kill me, they will beat me fair and square. They will beat me with their sword, with their rapier, with their cutlass, with whatever they are holding, but they will look me in the eyes when they do it.
She stares at you for a long time. Not quite sure what to do with you at this particular time. You can tell that she's a little confused. She's not even like, part of her is like, is he challenging me to a duel right now? Is that what's happening? Like, you can tell she doesn't quite know what to do with this situation. But she just stares at you and goes, What is it you want from me right now?
I have no interest in taking your place on this ship. I want to work with you. You know what you're doing here better than I do, better than I ever will. I want to give you what I know because that is how the chain of command works on the vessel. When we are on land, when things get hard, and I believe when we arrive at this island, they will get very hard. I want to know that when I am in the front and I am doing what I do best, when I use my sword, you are making sure my back is covered. And I will watch your back here, and I will tell you what I have learned from this very angry woman.
She looks at you and goes, look, I don't know what you've served on before now, but this is a pirate ship. Nobody here is going to promise not to shoot you in the back. And if they do, they're lying. But I'll say this, I won't do it without a good reason. Don't give me one, I won't do it. So what is this information you have for me?
I spoke to the woman below. You know the Rasari are aware of this island, yes? They are familiar with the name of it. We did not tell her this. This is not news to her. Her people know where we are going. They know of this place. And they know of the gold there. Why do you think they have never been there?
She nods and goes, I was a little suspicious after she dropped the blade once we told her where we were going, but I don't think any of us knew that until now.
I plan on spending what time we have here to try to talk to her. See if we can't align our interests. I don't believe the Rasari are welcome there, otherwise they would have gone and got the gold themselves. But she knows of this place, and her people don't go there. That tells me it is dangerous. That tells me we need to be prepared. And she seems to think that the people that live there, the danger that keeps the Rasari at bay, speak her language. She wants to be our translator.
And she likes you enough to tell you this?
I fight with my sword, but sometimes I fight very effectively with my my words. We have traded blows with words. She is a clever woman.
She looks at you and goes, all right, I'll take it to Salvador in the morning. As far as working on her, you don't have a lot of time. We will probably make land by mid-nightfall, so keep that in mind.
I'm going to have to step up the charm then, aren't I? And I wink at her.
As you start to walk away, she grabs your shoulder. She looks at you and goes, look, I don't owe you anything, and you don't owe me anything, but there's just something about you that I can't let you go into this blind. This is a pirate ship. You need to understand this. Every person on here is willing to kill, murder, for money and power. You need to get in your headspace that that's what you're here for. Because otherwise, it won't be me that shoots you in the back. It'll be any one of the people who smile at you daily on that deck. And then she turns back to the helm. You gotta be a pirate, man. You're not a pirate. Dude, Indigo is having the worst time on that boat, man. It's just,
yeah, I know.
It's just women yelling at him. Like, that's it's like, I'm gonna go down here, this woman's gonna yell at me. I'm gonna come up here, this woman's gonna yell at me. I thought you were gonna go to Salvador, and then you went to Shania, and I was like, this is gonna be rough. Okay. So we're gonna switch back to Sebastian. Herrick had called you up.
So, before I go up, or maybe you could tell me the best time to deploy this. I was going to use an engage technique at some point that makes
Okay.
logical sense. One for free. This technique is used before the opening round captain rolls. So, if we're in a scenario where the captain would be ordering people, which seems like we're about to be, I'd like to use this, which costs 4 stamina.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Because that will be used. That's used more in boat combat. Would be the best thing.
Okay. Okay.
It could be used now if you guys were going to be in a situation, but you're not necessarily
Okay.
going to be in a situation yet.
Okay. Yeah. I guess that was what I was trying to suss
If
out.
the situation starts to happen, definitely use it though. Like that's definitely something good to be aware of.
The other thing I've got here is advanced officer management. For 2 stamina, after any captain roll, but before orders have been resolved, the captain may choose 1 officer at any station. Officers has no negative effects on any roll. So this is where my head's at is if the captain is ordering up to the guy in the crow's nest. Do you see anything? And he's got to make a roll. I'd like to basically effectively help that guy.
That's awesome. That's absolutely
Okay.
awesome.
Is that something that I could be using here, or?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that to
All
get
right.
some extra information.
Okay, so I'm gonna burn 2 stamina as I head up there and talk to Herrick.
Okay. So you just kind of add in your 2 cents. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Let me make a little roll on my end here. And it's no negative effects is what the power is, right?
No negative effects on any of their rolls this turn that have to do with the ship or you have a typo in it, but the crew
Definitely.
underneath them.
I am sure they're rife with typos, man. Everything is like me getting it done 10 seconds before I need it.
Hey,
so
that's beta, baby.
yeah, exactly. It'll all be proofread, Wiz.
Yep.
And I can help with some of that proofreading too. If
I would be happy to. Though Wiz still has a project he has to get through.
That's true. That's true.
As of the time of this recording. Okay, so you walk up to Herrick. He's like, wonderful. Sebastian, this is our time of glory. Unfortunately, the fog is keeping things down, but the man in the crow's nest has gathered quite a bit of information. Large island. We're not exactly sure where the ship wreckage is, but we do have a beach to our side, which would be perfect for a
ending.
Expedition.
Yeah, expedition. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. An expedition to the island to try and gather more intel.
Of course, I should be part of the landing party. I am a bit of a survival expert. I know my way around. I believe the Rasari are known to be in these parts, so I speak their language. It's in me.
He kind of scoffs at it. He's like, "Oh, heavens no! I was going to put you in charge of the boat while I am gone. My first mate is good, but he's not captain material. I, of course, will be leading this glorious expedition." Before you can respond to that, you hear from behind him, "You, captain, should think about that. You should definitely let the young Lee Senor go." At that point, Latimer Zede kind of walks in, chaplain outfit with his mask on, and Herrick turns and goes, "Really?" And he's like, No, Latimer, I of course appreciate your console and how close you are to the nameless god, but this is definitely something for... Latimer goes, "The nameless god is definitely spoken on this. Sebastian should be the one to go in the expedition. You should also allow him to take with him his cohorts, maybe a few crew. He is best suited to get onto the island and find the information that is needed."
And before the captain could even reply, I'm going to butt in and say, "And who are we to go against the nameless god?" I mean, of course.
He
I
kind
am
of
the nameless god's chosen one. Of course, we know these.
Herrick stops and goes,
my
Oh
ego
my
just keeps
God.
getting more and more
Yeah.
inflated.
Herrick stops and kind of looks at you and goes, this is extremely dangerous. Latimer goes, all the reason that you should remain on the ship. You are the one who can command the ship and back him up if he needs it. This is the best choice. At that point, Herrick goes, well, if it is ordained, I cannot argue with it. Turns to Sebastian. Ready yourself for an expedition to the island.
Okay. Do I have my my run of the ship in case I need to get materials, supplies, food?
He kind of thinks about it and he goes, we'll give you some rations for a day. I don't think you'll need it. It's not a large island, and I just want you to get us some information since the fog is so heavy on positioning, where the
Okay.
boat is and what we're dealing with there.
Okay. So recon and report.
Yes, 100%. Just make sure there's no hostiles there, but it is a deserted island. I can't imagine there are. It could be dangerous because of creatures, other sorts of things. Just be careful. You can take your cohorts. You could take Simon, of course.
Oh yes, Simon would be a good addition.
Simon
And,
somehow is there. You don't know how. He just kind of like he's just all of a sudden there's like, I could just stay back on the ship. I'm really good at manning ship things, not so good at fighting giant monster things. Herrick turns towards him and goes, you will go where I tell you to go, pirate. Did you forget our agreement? No, of course I didn't forget it. How could I? You remind me every day. Okay. I'll go on to the boat of death then, shall I? All right, I'll meet you there. And he kind of stops off. He turns towards you and goes, ignore him. He could be useful in a pinch. In addition, you can take Deirdre. She is looking to get back into the good graces, and I will also supply you with a few other men. How about 3?
that sounds good. Can I make any? Can I call any shots, as it were? Can I bring Father Zed?
He goes, Father Seed, you want to... At that point, Latimer cuts in and goes, no, I should go. And he steps up. He's like, I should definitely be there. He nods to you. Thank you, Sebastian. Our relationship is working out wonderfully.
Do you know your way around the sword, Monsieur Zed?
He's like, oh, of course not. I am a penitent man. I can speak to the nameless god, however, and invoke him on many things, should you be wounded or damaged. He then turns towards Herrick. I could be very helpful to this. Herrick turns towards you. He's very serious because he is... Honestly, Herrick is penitent. He looks at you and goes, no harm comes to Father Zed.
But of course, and who should harm him if he's not being if he's being protected by Monsieur Rollo, who I also would like to have on the landing party.
Rollo looks over and goes, huh? I ain't going nowhere. Herrick turns and goes, you'll go. And he goes, he's like, you want me to be under his control? Yes, I do. You just see he's just working his jaw and his knuckles, and every like muscle in him is just like tensing and untensing.
Okay, so it seems as though we have a pretty full dinghy, but I think maybe there's one more slot for maybe some kind of red shirts, some kind of you got any of those guys around?
Herrick turns and goes, O'Bannon, you're up.
Okay.
Anybody ever see Galaxy Quest with Guy?
Oh yeah.
It's been a hot minute.
He's the guy. He's the guy who like goes to cons, but he was just an extra. It was like a red shirt.
That's right.
So then they go. He gets kind of called into it, and he's just like, I don't have a name. Nobody knows my name. Those are the guys who die. I'm gonna die. So he's just positive he's gonna die at some point. I fucking love him. It's played by Sam Rockwell, and he's
that's who played it.
God among men when it comes to that movie.
So let me just make sure I've got Simon, I've got Grimes, I've got Rayleigh, Zeed, Rolo, O'Bannon, and myself.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is going to be the
this
most
is a pretty
insane landing
well-rounded
group.
party. Awesome. Love it. I love it.
So do
This
I.
is the mission I was born for. I've been training for this mission my whole life.
Really quickly, to everybody out there, I don't want anybody to know the results because it would ruin the plot for these two. So I'm going to say right now, 1, 2, 3, Daniel, 4, 5, 6, Wiz. I will tell you guys the results, everybody out there. I'm not going to tell you what it's for, but I have it written down what it's for. Well, I will write down what it's for right now so that I cannot cheat. Okay. I know what it's for now. So, 1, 2, 3, Daniel. 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay. All right. It was 2. So that's Daniel.
Okay.
And I will show everybody what that means another time. I have it written down. Probably won't get to it tonight, so you guys all have to be on pins and needles. Well, we'll get to a little bit of it, but all right, we switch off to Indigo as you prepare for your expedition. Indigo, what else do? You got just a couple, you've got a couple hours. Talk to her again if you want to.
Yeah, I got Sanaya done. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and Hail Mary this. I'm gonna bring her. I'm gonna bring down a couple of glasses of wine, or goblets or whatever we got on the ship, and a wine skin.
You gonna try and seduce a Viking woman?
I'm going to try and befriend
that
a
what's
Viking
happening
woman.
About in this one? Is that the place we're about to go?
I'm gonna try and manipulate. I do have manipulation as one of my skills. I'm actually gonna try legit to befriend her to some degree.
Okay.
And get a little bit more information basically about this island that we're about to go to. The big thing that I wanted to try and do while I'm manipulating is not drink as much as her. I wanted to make it look like I'm drinking, I'm keeping up, but not drink as much as her.
Okay. All right, you bring the wine down. At this point, she's just kind of relaxing, feet up. She just looks up. She goes, "Oh, flimsy man. What did your captain say?"
The higher ups are discussing what you told me. I'm sure they are going to do whatever they think is wise and best. That is why they're in charge of the ship, right? You would know. You were a captain, weren't you?
She shakes her head. No. Never a captain.
Oh. First mates. I pour a glass of wine.
She looks at the wine. Give me manipulation right off the bat.
All right.
And it's going to be against her awareness.
All right. I got 3 successes and 2 fails.
3 successes and 2 fails.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Okay. She eyes it for a second, looks up at you, eyes it for a second, and then takes it. Takes the
This is
wine. What's
this is
this?
wine from my homelands.
She's trying to get me drunk.
Um, in my country, we have a saying, a way of
Fælde.
putting differences to the side for at least a time being. One night, it is a toast. A toast. We both hold up our goblets, we clink, and we say, "For tonight, we are friends. For tomorrow, we shall see."
She drinks it down. Hands you back the cup. Pour some more, maybe I'll clink it.
I pour another thing of wine, and I pour myself one as well, and I hold I hand it to her, and I hold it up for a toast.
She clinks it.
I take a sip.
Here's to everybody dying good deaths. Even the ones who don't want to.
If they don't want to die good deaths, are you saying some want to die bad deaths?
I'm saying some afraid to die at all. Which is worst dishonor. So what you want from me, flimsy man? I know you are not here to get me drunk.
Did you see me fighting above deck?
Where you almost got killed by the Viking and then rang your bell so that everybody would come up and do your fighting for you? Yes, I witnessed this.
And then you saw me bleeding, fighting more and more. You saw me overcome those who fought against me. Listen, you say that this island is dangerous. I say that that is where I will be. In the middle of that. And I want to know what I'm walking into.
She looks at you and goes, "Ah, you fancy yourself a warrior. Could it be your people have produced someone with the spirit of a warrior? Maybe Flimsy Man. Not good nickname. Maybe I call you Flimsy Warrior." And then she drinks more. The failed are there.
The failed?
Failed.
Fared.
Failed. Out of game. FAALD.
This is a new people. I've never heard of them.
They are not a people. They are a remnant. They are
Like ghosts?
yes.
Demons?
Yes. The
I
Ofen
must
tell
admit,
us to avoid them at all. I'm sorry. The Drova tell us avoid them at all costs.
Drova, this is your holy man? Drova?
Now she looks insulted. You not know what Drova are? Drova are the great crow, the giant bear, majestic stag, the ones who sit above us.
They're your spirits, your guides. We call our Drova angels.
She shakes her head at you. She goes, "Ah, you can only call your God God. I remember this about your people.
Mm. Yes, that I follow the nameless one. That is true. That is where my people believe. That is where we come from. But I know that there may be things that are beyond my understanding. Maybe the Drova, maybe these reverend. But I've never seen ghosts. I've never seen reverend, or I've never seen the undead or whatever these things are, these monsters. How
Have
do
you
your
ever
Drovas say that they are? You kill these things.
have you ever left your backyard? Flimsy warrior sheltered.
Um, in my country, such things have been already slain. That is why I'm out here, to find something worth slaying.
She goes, "You cannot slay what is already dead. You can only stop it from slaying you."
And how do you do that?
You can tell she's getting pretty drunk at this point. Um, she looks at you and goes, "By being damn good." Or switch back to Sebastian. Sebastian, you get in the boat. What's the rowing situation? I'm assuming Rolo, O'Bannon, Grimace,
Yeah,
and
Rolo
Grimes
and Abannon are doing the big
row.
oars, and I'm putting Grimes on the rudder. I feel like
Okay.
he's got the savvy to be sort of the it's
All
not
right.
a navigator, but it's a
Yeah.
little helmsman type deal.
Yeah, you guys start to row.
And I'm
towards the
standing on
island.
front like George Washington.
Oh, that's even better. So as you guys roll, you roll away from the boat. Rolo is just like frowning. He's like, "Thank God I don't have to look at him doing that." Like Deidre's just sitting there and goes, I wouldn't be doing that. I mean, it'd be too easy to fall off. As soon as she says that, you guys are halfway to the island at this point. You can actually see the island through the fog. The fog's cleared a little bit, and you just see this like flash of light from the trees. And you think, what was that? And then it sounds like thunder. And it's at that point, I don't even know what you guys are going to roll. I guess it would be the helmsman, it would be Grimes. Find Grimes' character sheet. There he is. Alright. And just like, boosh, the water next to your boat explodes as cannon fire from the island like rips up the water. Deidre's like, is that cannon fire? Grimes like, great! Love the death boat! At this point, you hear another like, boom, boom, boom.
Oh no.
Do we have any way to signal? I guess would the cannon be loud enough for our main ship to hear?
Yeah, at that point, like after the second fire, you can hear yelling from behind you, but it's gonna take them a while to mobilize in a way that's like effective. But yeah, just boom, 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 and not only that, you can see the flashes through the fog, but you're not like you couldn't pinpoint it. There's not like a fort. Let me put it that way. There's not like fort or like a thing. There's just like flashes in the jungle and suddenly explosions in the water. And it's at this point that an explosion strikes the front of the boat hard as it can. And for the second time in 2 seasons, you find yourself unconscious in the water.
I guess I may have mentioned a couple of times that I did, as we refigured the characters, I did take a single point of religion, Smoke Fisker. I forget off the top of my head. And I'm guessing that
Smoke
potentially
Fister. He's a scary, scary, scary god.
I'm guessing that potentially my prior unconscious in the water situation led me to
Oh,
having a religious
to
awakening of some
start kind of
type.
going down the Smoke Fister. He's Swole
Yes,
Thulu. Swole Thulu is what we call him.
yes.
'Cause he's like got like a super muscular body and Cthulhu's head. And he just hates humans. He hates them.
Needs to come into play, it may. But I mean, if I'm unconscious, I'm unconscious.
So just so that everybody knows, the roll was for this, which my handwriting's terrible, but it says cannon attack. So,
Oh no!
so the other side's not going to get attacked by a cannon, but we will find out what happens to the other side and Sebastian next time. This is a perfect cliffhanger. We are going to
Yeah.
cut it there. So one more time, let's do our little plugs. Daniel playing Sebastian, who has gotten himself, and things we are barreling now towards the resolution as everybody is arriving at the island and the bloodbath that will happen there. So Daniel, Sebastian, what would you like to plug, sir?
Yeah, last time I plugged my Bandcamp page, thesanford.bandcamp.com. If you're confused looking at it, there's a bunch of music I've done for other shows, other podcasts. If you want to just jump into something that's new and you don't need to know anything about the different podcasts I write music for, check out the album Wave Frequency. It's a 5-track EP of dance music. It's fun stuff. Or the single Light World that is also fun dance music.
Okay. Wizards Respite Ash. Your turn, sir.
As always, please check out the wizardsrespite.com. All of these episodes can be seen there. The last season can be seen there. We have a bunch of these episodes. We also have a bunch of other articles, content, everything revolving around TTRPG and fantasy, as well as t-shirts, merch, and all kinds of things. It is the RPG hub. So please check that out.
Okay. For me, you guys can check out everything we have to offer on the channel. I do reviews and Let's Plays on the video game side, as well as a podcast with my buddy Neil, who is also on Ordo and contributes to the RPG side. On the RPG side, you can check out all these wonderful actual plays that we partake in. And by wonderful, I mean barely listenable, but fun to listen to us mess around. And then a wonderful bi-weekly podcast that I do with Wizards Respite called Wizards Respite Sanctorum. Other than that, as long as you guys keep watching and listening, we will keep making them. And guys, we're in it now because we're at the island, and it's gonna only go up from here. So we'll see you guys next time.